Scottish pad, and also brake fluid. Brake cleaner. And spray and scrub it. Spray and scrub it. It'll take all these black residues, carbon stuff out of there, and clean it out. That's what I heard online. I was reading online. That's Honda's technicians. I heard that's what they were using. A little Brillo pad, very light stuff. You know, very light, fine. A wool pad and like a brake. Like a cleaner, because the brake cleaner, what it does also, it evaporates the air. Evaporates the water, and as you spray, it just grabs the water. It's like a atom thing. It grabs the water and evaporates with it. So it's actually a good thing to clean it with. Is a brake cleaner. So what I want to do, as I scrape out, and you get these. You vacuum it. You're supposed to do it at the same time as you scrape it, but this is kind of what I give you an idea how to clean this. This is what I heard online. But anyway, this is gonna be kind of fun. I gotta clean this out. I decided to clean the whole head, and I've been cleaning it little by little, just been cleaning it, putting it apart. Let me see, put the light on here. Scraping, cleaning the gasket. But then I noticed that these are self-adjustable rockers here, and I figured that I was looking at this book I got here, and it shows me how to torque it, bring it down. So I figured that why not just put new lifters now that I got it all out. And the lifters goes right under here, under the rocker inside here. And I could just, loosen these bolts and then just put the lifters in there. But also when I got my gasket set, gave me a whole bunch of gasket, and I got these right here. I used to wonder when sometimes I take the spark plugs off. I used to get my spark plug used to have a lot of oil residue in there. But inside here, inside the spring, there is these little gasket. The valve goes inside here, and it seals that up so the oil, when it's moving inside here, the engine doesn't just go and creep down the valves. Well, these are broken. I put a flashlight in there and then broken inside there, so I need to replace it with these guys here. And if I don't do that while I'm here now, what will happen is that it will still leak on my spark plugs. So it might as well, if I could prevent it and get the head, I might as well do it now. Anyway, I had to go buy this. This was gonna hold down, tighten the springs. Got these hook here. One's longer than the other one. You go as far as you can at the bottom of the spring, and then the other one hooks up to the other side of the spring, and then you turn this and then push down. And when it pushes spring down, you get a little magnet and take the little, I think there's called pins, or you could pull them out. But for this to change the gasket of the valves, so from here I had to take this whole piece off. And what I need to do also, which I never done this before, what I need to do is take a video of what I'm doing right now, loosen them up, and so that I could backtrack on the video how to put it back together if I had to take it apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen the bolts on top of this rod of the rockers are at, these bolts up here. When I loosen them out, just take the whole thing out and put it in the side. and then take off the lifters off here. They're hydraulic lifters, and so I figure I'd do that. When I do that, I could just take these off and change the gasket in here. And so hopefully, when I start driving my car and take off the spark plug, they're not leaking oil. They don't have oil inside the spark plugs, which you know, just the years of the spark plug don't last very long. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. Let me loosen these things up here, and see I get away with it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start unbolting these. I guess I have to do a sequence. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to loosen them like that. And as I take it out, I gotta make sure that nothing get messed up or get loosened up. Make sure to keep everything. So I'm gonna take the whole thing, the whole rod, rockers, and just put it right here, because I'm not gonna do anything with it. Maybe just clean it and do the second one too, and make sure that it's recorded every detail that I need to put in here. So let me get started. Okay, it's loose. Got two. It's escaping there. There you go. That would seem like a little harder, but so I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest and turn off the camera to do that. Okay, I loosen all these bolts here. Now I'm just gonna take the rod with the rockers and just lift it up and just lay out right here. Now if you leave the bolts in here in the corner, it stays in place, you know. So whenever you're ready to put it back together, make sure that you gap these right here, like this right here. They go right in the slot, and you gap this one for this slot, and all of them just gap them up. As you know, it should be, you know, pushed that way. And I guess these have a lot of oil, so I'm trying to clean these up too. So I replace these, and you know, it won't click. So here's where it lays, the rod just lays right in there, right on top of here. I guess when I lift this one up, this whole thing comes out right here. So here's the crankshaft rod here. So I guess I'll clean this out, all this. Just make sure that I just gotta take it out and just lay it on like this one right here, and clean all that out, and take the lifters out, and the springs here. I'll go ahead and videotape how I take that apart, and put the gasket inside there. So let me go ahead and get this ready. Okay, I took it apart. Here's the crankshaft rod here, and it moves. I just make sure leave it at number one. So number one. Here's the pin from that number one, and it's the little arrow here, right there. Sorry, pin arrow right there. Arrow right there, number one. And there's an arrow right there. So keep it right there. Clean it up. And then if I keep the bolts at the very end, it'll keep that in check, those rockers and springs in there. So then it leaves me with these springs for the valves, and I have to compress this down so I could take, I don't know if you could see that, but I could take these, it's like a pins right here, which I'll use a magnet to take it out. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'll get one ready and show you how to do it.
with one of them, and then I could clean the valves also too on top of that, and changed for these gaskets. Change on these gaskets right here that goes inside there. So this is like my first time doing this, but I got an idea how to do this, so I'm just gonna play it as it goes. Alright. The deal with this is that first let me take it out. Notice that one is longer than the other one. Then you open them up and you pull a long one all the way to the bottom of the springs as you can as possible. See that little slot there they hooked up on. Then I close the other one. You kind of want to close these together. Close the other one. If you notice that they're both hooked to the spring. Then I use this part and turn it to the clockwise, and it will tighten it down. This part right here will tighten down top of the spring, which will push it down. Yeah, I found a trick to this. What I've been doing is I've been using a screwdriver to push it in both sides, and then when I'm done with it, I just would pop it out. Found it to be the best way to get it in there, because I'm having a hard time getting it in there, but just gently put it in there and it'll snap in there, or just grooves right back in. It's in there, and you could tighten them up and then release them while you clean the valves and put the new gaskets. So I just kind of want to explain that. I got it out. I guess I don't know if, let me see here. I got these magnetic pins here. See, there's one right there, and there was another one there. I couldn't, as I push, I had to tap this right here. I had to tap it down because the spring, I had to push it down, like tap it from the top so it won't go, it will go down. It didn't go down. So here's the other one right there. These will hold the springs in place, and I guess the casing right up here. Now to take these apart, you got to squeeze these, then loosen them up, and then the spring will loosen up. So here's the first one taken out. Now if I push down, it'll go all the way down to the bottom. I could just take it out and clean it. So that's how you take them out. See how it works from here? Like 15 bucks for this tool. So I'm going to do each one of them. Change the gasket right here. This is the gasket right here I was telling you about, which goes to this right here. And I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I just wanted to show you. I pulled one out. This is it. This is right here. And this was cracked, and the oil leaked down the valves here, which it would actually leak oil down here, and then would actually, my spark plugs would have oil in them. So here's the new ones I'm going to put in there, which comes with the gasket set, and I gotta do each one, so I just kind of wanted to show you that on that part. And these probably been there since the beginning of the car. I don't know how long these been there, but they would do to be changed. So let me take care of these then.